Okay, this is pretty exciting for me to do this video because I love the Ethereal Tarot a lot. And I was just informed about a month ago that it is actually an AI deck. And it didn't seem to matter to me because I like the chunkiness of the deck. I like the colors. I like the card stock. I like the gilding. It's got everything that a girl could love. So this is sort of dedicating some time and space to this deck today. I found that when I looked through the booklet and I saw the spreads, it wasn't enough for me. So I hope to tap into working with my guides using this deck, getting into shadow workings, yes. And when I hunted through the booklet that comes with it, the LWB, that's a little bit bigger than an LWB, and I looked at Vixen's writings in it, I read it from cover to cover, and then I read it again with the idea of looking for words, ideas, something that I could grab onto to make a spread. Now you're seeing only a portion of the spread here. And in the booklet, it does give the 1 card for the day reading. It gives the 3 card and it gives the Celtic cross. And I am a Celtic cross girl, but it wasn't going to work for me with this. I needed something special, something spiritual, something that with the shadow work I could grab onto. So I'm going to show you the positions of this. And this came after hours of working. And I hope that maybe some people will try it out and see how it works for them. I've tried to cover as much as I can in the spread, and it takes on a little bit of a twist partway through. You will need some space with this deck. These cards, they're a good size. They're almost the length of my hand. But I like them because they're narrow as well. So they just sound nice and they feel nice. And I wanted that ethereal spirit to run through this deck. And I wanted it to talk to me. So I brought in some tiger eye, because tiger eye, in my research, is something you can use for spirit connection and gaining that higher connection. And that's what I'm after. I don't want low spirit connection. I want high. And then I believe this one is a nice earth element to bring to it. So that should give me some grounding. Now, also, I found that I had some tiger eye, and it's blue tiger's eye. And apparently, this also encourages good connections when working with the spirits. So I would just put some good intentions in here, maybe after I do the video, really empower these even with some Reiki energy and start to get these guys singing and working with the tiger eye and bringing, you can pick whatever you think works for you. Just these are my suggestions, as well as in the spread. Make it your own. If you feel you need to change it, you change it. So this spread takes 11 spots. And I'll show you also, and if you want to do a screenshot of this, I'll hold this out here for you. I'm calling this spread the Whispering Spirits spread. And I've indicated each of the positions. And it might change over time, but right now this is what I'm aiming for. So the card number 1 is not in the center of this spread. It's at the root of the spread. And I'm going to zoom down a bit here so you can see part of that. And I'll be moving the camera around so you get a better look. And I've just put these little tabs here so that I can play with the spread a little bit. And if anything needs to shift or move, I will do that. So I'm going to adjust the camera now so that you get a better look. So I'm going to try to walk you through it. Now, the first one here, the first position, is earth. And I'm working around the circle, earth, air, fire, water. That is just my way of assembling it. And you, as I say, will do your own thing. So with the number 1 card, I'm going to be looking at a keyword with it when I turn it over, and it will be I sense. And this is what I need to take responsibility for when I'm working and gathering information from the guides, from the guardians, and doing my shadow work. And then over here, this is my air card. So that is the card for me about what I hear. And everybody's senses are different. But I'm really going to start tuning into those different senses. So the earth was I sense. This one is I hear. And up above that sits the fire. And that fire one is all about what I desire. And I thought that was neat, but it could also be what I am inspired to be working on. And then this one over here, that is my water element, the 4th card. So we're going 1, 2, 3, 4, and ending up here, 5, where the portal is. And so with the water one, it's all about I feel. Then we get to the center one, as I say, card number 5, and that is going to be the heart of the spread. That is the portal. That is the key. Then after that, we're going to go up to number 6, which is this one up here. Now that one, I've put that the edge of consciousness. That's what's sitting there in the back of your mind. That's that sense, that feeling that pushes us on. And it's just there. It's like when you're in a dreamland and it's just there when you wake up. That sort of liminal space. Okay, then after that, we come down to card number 7. And this one here, this one is the shadow card. This is the work that really needs to be done. And this is what holds you back also. So if you got a difficult card there, that would be something to really look at. And then there's going to be 2 cards on the left and 2 cards on the right. And this is where it gets fun, because I could lay all those cards out. But in order to get to number 8, the shadow helper, the shadow healer, the shadow teacher, then I have to go back to the deck. And my idea with that was, sorry about my fingers there, I wanted to take the deck that was remaining after I shuffled it and turn cards until I get to a major arcana or a court card, because that would then be my teacher card, the one that would walk with me through the shadows. And I want to do that now with you, so I'm going to pause and move the camera down again. Okay, so this is where, when you've brought in the energy and you've been sitting with it and you're ready to see who your guide will be in Shadowland. So I'm just going to turn them over until I get to a court card or a major arcana. The Tower. So, unbelievable right off the bat. So that's going to be a shakeup. So my teacher or my teaching will be all about sudden changes. And I haven't turned these ones over, but I wanted to turn this over so that you could see that I do use the major arcana there. Now, number 9, excuse me, will be the next card in sequence. Doesn't have to be a major, doesn't have to be a court card. It's just the next one in sequence. And that one goes here, and this is what lights my way. This is what's going to help me on my path. This might be my inspiration. Okay, then we go over here to number 10. Next one in line. This will be the card that helps me with growth and healing. And that will go there. And the last card, number 11. I thought 11 would be neat. I know it's a lot of cards, but this is something you're going to have to take time with and work through slowly. And so my 11th card over here, next in the pile, is the card that transforms everything. That's as important as the portal key and as the teacher key. I guess each of them have their importance. The whole thing works together, and I can't, after looking at it for a while, see anything yet that I want to change. But I would keep the extra cards here, and after I've exhausted all possibilities during the reading, then I would maybe take that one card and add another one on top just to see if I can get some more clarity. And I'd love to hear back from other people what their, excuse me, shadow teacher is, what their transformative card is. Or is there another card in this, even if it's the portal, the key, that really vamps it up for you, that gives you those aha moments? I really think that this is a deck that I'm going to get those aha moments, those inspirational moments from. And I'm calling this the Whispering Spirit Spread, because in that space, you really got to key in, you really got to listen, and you're going to watch your dreams, you're going to watch your synchronicities that happen in the day-to-day. And hopefully that you can put this spread out somewhere. Like the Lenormand, if you watched one of my Lenormand videos, I put it between plexiglass so that it doesn't get tossed or blown by the wind or somebody walking by jolts the cards. I want it to be in a position, yes, where I can come by and take a look at it from time to time. It's probably going to be one of these spreads that when I wake up in the night, there'll be a moment of understanding, and I can run down and look at the cards and say, yes, I get it. Now, I hope that I've given you enough to go on. I'm going to be using these little cheat sheets for quite a while until I get used to using this spread. But I hope that it works for you too. And if you can develop a spread for the Ethereal Tarot, share it with me. After this video, we have to get on with our lives, but when I get some time, this would have been fantastic on a full moon. But because we're going into the darker moon, it's just starting tonight, isn't this a fabulous spread that during the dark time of the moon, during our work on our shadow workings, that we can have a spread like this to turn to? And I would say that I'm going to need a journal for this. And maybe it will be a spread that I do just after the full moon, each month where I can really tune in to that darker side, the hidden side of things. So, my friends, that's what I'm going to share with you so far. I'm not going to turn all the cards over. I think that's sort of a private thing when you're working on your shadow work. And I will be focusing definitely on the Tower as my teacher, my guide, my advisor. And I believe that there's some shakeups coming for me. Things that I believed and stuck with maybe need to change. I'm going to try not to use the book until I really, really have to. I'm going to try to use just my senses. So I'm going to leave it there for now and hope that inspires other people out there. I know he's got another deck, and I'm not sure if I'm going to purchase that one or not. But if this one works well for me, I just might. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and we'll connect again later.